explained to you the cause of the universe must have the attributes I just explained. It can't cause itself, and a quantum tunnel would just push the question back further.
What is your point?
My point is that we can come to a reasonable conclusion that God does exist, and, as I said earlier, naturalism, physicalism, materialism, whatever you want to call it, has a defeater for all your beliefs because your thoughts are not natural or physical. Or, I mean, they're not physical and natural in the sense of naturalism. So, like, your very beliefs would be self-defeating.
Cooking nobody. This for muted. What did you say?
I said physicalism, materialism is self-defeating because your thoughts are not physical, they're not material. So
yeah, thoughts are physical. Okay, so why are you trying to make my thoughts non-physical?
No, that's my point. They're not physical. I agree. They aren't physical. That's why it would be a defeater, because if you were a naturalist or a physicalist that believed that everything in the world is physical, then you couldn't believe in your own thoughts. It would be self-defeating.
I don't know. You're just regurgitating what I've said in other lives. I guarantee that you are.
Well, no, I've actually, this is like the first time I've stumbled upon your live respectfully, and I just wanted to have a conversation.
No, well, you said thoughts are physical, and I agree. Thoughts are physical because you.
No, they're not physical.
Though you don't thought are physical.
No, neural connections and pathways are not the same as like an actual thought, because if you were to map those out in neurology, they wouldn't give you an actual thought itself.
It's the same. Are thoughts physical? We're gonna see. Thoughts are not physical objects you can weigh or touch, that they are physical phenomena. They are electrochemical processes and patterns of information in the brain. That's true. They're not physical, but they can be recorded and they can be like tested.
Well, that's my point though. Like you can see neural pathways and how they fire, but you can't see, like, if you're thinking about a blue octopus sitting in a chair reading a book, you could never map that out scientifically ever. Like there would be no way.
She's just actually nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I was wrong.
I never claimed there was anything wrong with that. That's totally fine.
We get it. I was wrong to be a dick about it. Okay. I was wrong. You don't have to be. I'm not saying you are, but you don't need to become a prick because I was wrong. Okay. No, people in the comments, people in general, you don't have to do that. I was wrong. I know. So essentially that's what I'm trying to say. Like I agree that thoughts aren't necessarily just physical, but they can be tested. They can be observed. It's the brain. They come from the brain. Right? Like you get signals from your neuron, right? And you have different nervous systems that activate, right? And they regulate your temperature, your breathing, right? We can admit there's the somatic, autonomic.
I agree you can do it to a very limited sense in terms of you can like track feelings maybe, but like I said, like you could not track someone's actual thought. Like you could see, okay, they're eliciting a nervous or angry response, but you can't see that person's thinking about John Wilson in 1967. That's my point. Like thoughts are not, like the neural pathways and firings are physical themselves, but the thoughts aren't. They're immaterial.
Okay, that's true. That's